So for the second year in a row, we had the chance to win a double, but we failed in our attempts. We were able to get one trophy though, which saw us through to the SUPERCOPA for the following season. Last year, Barcelona won the league. We won the Copa del Rey, so that means that we're going to be taking on a three-man team with a three-letter name. And no, I'm not talking about the NWO. I'm talking about MSN. What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here. Welcome back to the Basque Boys, and as always, if you are still enjoying the series, please do go and drop a like. It's the start of Season 7, and it's another SUPERCOPA to start this season off. This time around, it's the other giant of Spain. It's Barcelona, and it's still Messi, Neymar, Suarez sitting up top, so it's going to be that much more difficult to try and get the cup this time around. Yes, last year Real Madrid had Bale and Ronaldo and Benzema. It was just difficult. This time around, it's going to be just as difficult, so we need to buck up our ideas and do the business, get ourselves a cup this time around. But before we get into that, two pieces of news to go into. Of course, we had a long off season full of transfers and whatnot to try and strengthen the squad. I feel like we were able to do so, and we'll get to that in just a second. But news item number 2. And that news item is that Cristiano Ronaldo has called it quits on his playing days and now is gone into management. So no more Ronaldo at Real Madrid. But like I said before, he's got a lot of good replacements. So it's not like that they've lost any bit of quality. So let's take a look at the transfers out first, and the biggest one and the most shocking one is that Borja Oregi has gone to Real Madrid for his release clause fee of 4 million euros. Now, if you remember the name, we brought him in at the start of last season because there aren't very viable or very qualified left-back regens that have been coming through the save. So snapping him up was an immense find, and I wanted to develop him at my club. It's just that he was demanding first team football, not just in cup matches, which I did play him for a couple. He wanted first team action. He wanted to get into the league, and I just couldn't do that because he wasn't good enough. He was raising a stink, and he didn't want to sign any new contracts. So Real Madrid said, yep, we're going to snap you up for the 4 million euro release fee. Come play for us. I mean, this just smacks of him being greedy. Yes, he does want to get first-team football, but he wants to go to where the big bucks are. And then outside of that, a very peculiar transfer, Borja Aimaz has been sold to Roma for a fee of 925,000 euro, could eventually rise to 2.3 million, and I would not expect him to have gone for any sort of money over 500,000 because it didn't look like that he was developing all that well. It doesn't look like he's a good player right now, but apparently Roma sees something in him that I don't. And if they can turn him into a half-decent player, then all for it, but I just don't see it. Thanks for the money, but I just don't see him being a good player. So those are the only two transfers out of note. Let's take a look at who we brought in. 44 million euros paid on players, and of course the most expensive was Eder Vasquez out of that. But I was able to get his Osasuna teammates also on that relegation release fee clause. Oscar Rey has in fact come into the club for 10.5 million. And the reasoning behind Oscar Rey coming in and not someone like Inigo Martinez is because, well, Juventus didn't want to get rid of Inigo Martinez. And to be honest with you, I wasn't going to foot the bill of 70 million euros to try and bring him in. I did not have that much left in the transfer kitty to try and snap him up. Coming in from Villarreal, Jesus Maria Mateo is a center attacking mid, and you're wondering, why are you bringing in a center attacking mid? You got Inchausti, you got Diego Tomé. Well, sir, I'm going to say to you this: Jesus Mateo is a lot better than Diego Tomé. He's better technically, better in the attacking, and a lot faster. And also, he's a year younger at 19 years old. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to look to try and move on Diego Tomé and put all my eggs in the Mateo basket. I know Inchausti is doing well at the center attacking spot right now, but I want Mateo to build up in Bilbao before moving him into the first team side. Diego Tomé was originally a 5-star potential player. That's gone down to a 4-star max, and I think it's time to just move him on. Another 5 million euro transfer, Alex Uhia is coming in from our rivals, and if you take a look at the graph, he looks a lot like Borja Oregi, except that he's 23 years old and he plays for the right side. Outside of that, he doesn't look too terribly bad. Defensively, looks a bit average. 12 marking, 13 tackling, 12 positioning. I like his speed. You know, being a wing back, speed is key. Now, this is more of a developmental pick, and I really hope he reaches that 4-star potential that it's said to be. Victor Garay is also coming in from Osasuna for 4.5 million euros, and you're saying that's probably a bit of a reach just taking a look at his age and his stats right now. But I like that he's got 17 marking. The other 2 defensive stats could look to have a little bit of work, 12 tackling, 13 positioning. Also, all of the physical stats need a lot of work as well. 13 pace is fine, 11 acceleration, not so much. But like I said, he's 18 years old, with several years of development ahead of him, and could prove to be a very prime center back once Javi Martinez and Mikel San Jose go. And the final 2 players I brought in for a total of 700,000 euros, and the main reason was Monreal was retiring, Yuri was not good enough, so I let him go. The left back spot was very, very sparse, so I needed to get in some veteran left backs that could back up Cesar Azpilicueta. And the first on the list, we're bringing back Sabarit. If you remember him from all those years ago, I got rid of him at the end of the first season because he just wasn't good enough at the time to be a part of the squad. So I let him go, and now we're bringing him back. The prodigal son has returned to once again be a backup for the squad. Hey, I needed some depth on the left-hand side, especially if I'm going through Supercopa today, Champions League, Copa del Rey, the league itself, and him being a former Bilbao player, it was only right to bring him in. And then the other left back is John Artenecha, also 30 years old, coming in from Almeria, and yes, not as technically gifted, not as fast as Sabarit, but I look at his defensive stats and he's just as good, if not better than Sabarit. So yes, rotation option for sure, decent player, and good for depth. All right, it's the first leg of this Supercopa. We're taking them on at home at the San Mamés. And Barcelona, of course, coming out in their V formation as well, with MSN sitting up front. And dare I say, we have MVP? I mean, yes, Villalibre, but Muniain, Villalibre, and Pablo? MVP? Maybe? I'm getting ahead of myself. I probably just sealed my fate on this one. But anyway, let's take a look at the rest of the lineup. Atangana is going to be in net. Leque, Martinez, Laporte, and Azpilicueta along the back line. The defensive mid is San Jose, and sitting in front of him, it's Merino and Herrera. And one thing I noticed as a lineup change right before the start of this match, Suarez up top got subbed out for some guy named Fassbender. That's somebody that I've never heard of before. I think he's a regen, but I'll have to take a look at this after this shot. Muniain taking a shot, just missing the post. Okay, so yeah, David Fassbender is in fact a regen in place of Suarez sitting up top. And when you got a young and hungry striker alongside with Neymar and Messi, yeah, I think that he's going to be just as good, if not better, than Suarez is. 50 minutes on now, throw in, unfortunately picked off, and they could eventually get themselves a break, but it's a good interception from us once again. Javi Martinez out to Leque, 15 minutes on, as I just said. Leque up to Hervias, to the byline. It's an own goal. It goes off of Ulloa. It really is a blunder on the Barca back line that sees us through with the lead right now. Hervias getting it inside. He did have Villalibre right there, but Ulloa just gets in front of it and accidentally puts it into his own net. Unlucky. 21 minutes on now, Barca on an attack of their own. It's a good interception, and can we see another counterattack down the wings? Muniain to Merino. Does have a Barca player in his face, but a good pass off to Herrera. Sergio, I believe that was Sergio Roberto. Was Villalibre onside? There was no way Villalibre was onside. I'm going to have to say, I'm sorry, Barcelona, but Villalibre was not onside. That pass from San Jose was a beauty. Oh, they're going to say it was deflected. They're going to say it was deflected by a defender, and then Villalibre shoots it under a very, very diving goalkeeper. Wow, 2-0 to the club in very dubious circumstances right now. Oh, you may have also seen that part of the stadium is collapsed and under construction right now. I was going to get into this after the match, but the board have okayed a stadium expansion of 13,000 for 93 million euros. They agreed to this because we did have the money in the bank, but a stadium expansion will see us through to 66,000 seats, up from, I believe, the 52 that we have right now. So yeah, major, major expansion for the club. I didn't even ask for it. I honestly didn't even ask for it. The board just said, yeah, we're going to do this on our own because we have the money. But anyway, that's a little sidebar, in case you were wondering about what you just saw. It's 2-0 to the club, and I'm just going to say I'm very happy. I'm fine with what I'm seeing, but it's just insane that we got off of an own goal and then a very, very dubious non-offside call. But I'll take a 2-goal lead at this point in time. Let's just keep it going, boys. No changes, and let's see this match out for a very solid first leg win. 54 minutes on now. Barca looking forward with their attack. Torre, I don't know if that's Colo or Yaya. Both of them are probably retired by now. So, oh, what a good interception. Good tackle from Herrera. And now we're on a break. Muniain coming down the wing. Crosses it through to Pablo. From one winger to another. It's 3-0 to the club. What a great setup. And that was all started by that tackle and interception by Ander Herrera. Look at that. Great wing play from Muniain, taking it down. He's got a runner in Hervias, far post, back of the net. We're loving life right now. 13 minutes left to go into this match. Linton Jr. attempting to take the ball off of Sergio, but he's able to get it through. Azpilicueta tries to tackle it from Sane. Is that Leroy Sane? It is. That Barcelona are able to get one back, able to get an away goal in this match. Let's take a look at that again. Great passing. Unfortunately, the missed tackles from both Linton Jr. and Azpilicueta leading to this goal. It's now 3-1. And the time is ticking away. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Referee blows his full-time whistle. It ends 3-1 after this first leg. And we honestly looked extremely dominant in this match. Yes, it could be that we were playing at home, but all the same, Barcelona just did not have an answer for most of this match. We were in there flying into tackles, running down the wings, crossing the ball in, and the defense just didn't know what to do. So, that being said, I have a lot of confidence and high hopes going into this second leg. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, now it's time for the second leg of this Supercopa. Barcelona at the Camp Nou, and it looks like they didn't change anything. It looks like they have the same lineup that they did in the first leg. So, that being said, we're not going to make any changes either. Same lineup as the first team, as the first time, and hey, it got us 3-1. So let's see what it does here. Let's go kick off, see what happens, and hopefully end up with a Supercopa victory. I do love it when the option pops up that says that it's only halftime. Don't get complacent out there, because every time I select that, all of them show up very green, very concentrated. So hopefully that's what gets the job done here today. And I say that, it's only 8 minutes on, but Barcelona are just looking extremely deadly. Sane taking the shot. Good save from Otengana. Barcelona have just had all of the shots so far. We've had the majority possession, but Barcelona have had all the shots. I absolutely hate that every single throw-in that we do immediately gets intercepted by the opponents. But fortunately, we are able to get the ball back right here, and what can we do with it? We need to get it out to the wings, because that's what this team is good at, getting it out to the wings. There we go. Azpilicueta running down, gets it to the byline to Villalibre, short post, and we got our away goal. It's 4-1 to the club with 4 minutes left to go in the half. Barcelona need to score 3 to force extra time. And we all know they're capable of doing it, but let's at least focus on this. What a great pass from San Jose out to Azpilicueta to the byline. Villalibre, doesn't matter if it's short post or far post, he's going to put it in almost every time. So that sees us to halftime, and I really don't want to say much of anything out there. It's just assertively saying that I'm very happy. Keep it going, boys. Not a lot of them looked very plussed. Well, it doesn't matter if they don't look very plussed or not. Maybe they're just focused, and they need to see these next 45 minutes out, not letting them score 3. If we give up 3 right now, I'm going to personally throttle every single one of them. It's a corner kick. Neymar gets it through to Messi, and with 21 minutes left to go, Barca on the board, and they are now down 4-2 on aggregates. It was a very good set piece. Neymar to Messi, a great diving header just past the goalkeeper, just in between the goalkeeper and the man marking the post. Very unfortunate for us there. Anyway, 2 minutes stoppage time has come and gone. It's 1-1 on the day, but it's 4-2 on aggregates, and Athletic Club have won the Supercopa this year. All around, boys, absolutely. I am happy with how you played, and all of you deserve this Supercopa. First Supercopa under my reign, and that's just the first trophy this season. I want to win more. I want to win more. Yes, I know what you're saying. It's probably not worth celebrating because it's only a Super Cup, much like with the Charity Shield. Hey, I haven't won it before, so I'm going to take the time to celebrate this like what I did with the Copa del Rey and La Liga. Okay, maybe that's just over-exaggerating a bit, but it's something that I haven't won before, and I'll take it. But anyway, guys, next episode, we're going to have ourselves the Champions League group stage draw, followed by the first match in that group. So I hope to see you guys there, but as far as this episode goes, I'd like to thank you very much for watching it. If you did enjoy it, please go and drop a like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And if you want to leave a comment below on the episode or the series as a whole, please go and do so. I appreciate every comment that you put down. And anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you next video. Take care, and peace out.